Welcome to the podcast that refuses to let you live on autopilot. This isn't about motivation quotes or someday plans. It's about real tools, clear decisions, and the strategies that turn intention into momentum. Your presenters are coaches and truth tellers who live this work. They help people break stuck patterns, cut through noise, and build lives that actually move forward. No theory, no fluff, just execution. This is for people done circling the runway, ready to choose growth over comfort, ready to build their best life on purpose. So lean in. Here are your hosts, Christine Baylor-Goodlander and Melanie Olivieri.
Welcome back to Collaborative Growth Coaching with Christine and Melanie. Today we have a very special guest with us, and her name is Jen Cratsley. And Jen is a wellness travel agent. Doesn't that sound fun? I think it sounds like fun. So Jen, tell us, what exactly is a wellness tour? What's wellness tourism? How did that come about?
We decided to do wellness tourism because we figured it was time to adventure into a new realm, and people are really focusing on taking care of themselves holistically as a whole person. So we wanted to really reach out to different types of venues or different facilities and ask them to pull in and help us out, and we will help them out in growing their agency and their clientele base. So I think this was a good fit for our travel agency, and we're very excited to have it.
So
Sounds super interesting.
it does.
It really does.
It does, doesn't it? So what prompted you to become a travel agent and open your agency?
Long story, but I'll try to make it a shorter version. We had kind of had a bad experience with a different type of travel agency.
Mhm.
And Mark and I, both of us own CM Travel Agency. The reason why we went into doing a travel agency is we are both widows. So we lost our significant other to illness. And they are both deceased now. And this is mentally how we bring the best of times with them back and really help focus our mental health on helping somebody make those memories that last a lifetime for them too, which is what we like.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be wonderful to do.
So, what are the current trends that you're seeing now that help support you in this industry?
I am seeing a lot of people that want to go into hiking. They might want to go into a mind, body, and soul place where they're doing mindful, therapeutic type of environmental settings, or doing yoga, where they might want to go out and, learn how to do healthy cooking. So really all different types of settings, and it's becoming more immersive overall, not just in the wellness part, but immersive in all types of travel,
Okay.
where a person wants that whole immersive experience from start to finish. So we try to set clients up with their likes and give them that full picture and help them from start to finish and planning their trip.
That's amazing. I think that's really cool.
And that helps them too, mentally. They don't have to stress about anything because we take the stress right out of that. And that is our approach, is to make it a very less stressful type of environment for them so they can fully relax and kind of recharge themselves while they're away on vacation.
Nice. So are there wellness travel experiences specifically designed for different groups like caregivers, healthcare professionals, people experiencing burnout? I know that you work with autism
Yes.
as well. You have a group for that. So
Yes.
what's the makeup of the trips and things like that?
Good question. I help people that have accessible or autism, because I am a certified travel agent in those realms.
Mhm.
I've also worked in the healthcare field for 30 years of my life. So in different types of settings, not all the same settings. So it brings a very good overall picture in helping them. But burnout, we try to give them something where they might need a massage, or they may need to, maybe get their hair done, webbing the hair, doing the nails, it makes you relax.
Okay.
And massages, obviously, they do that too. Different types of massages even work well on me. And Mark, and every time Mark has a massage, they always say, "You're so hard, you're so stressed." So they want to try to relax him and do different types of massage, like a Swedish massage or something. As far as accessible or autism, I am in the midst of working on some amazing things for these families that will help them navigate where to go on a map, that they'll have access to at any point. That can be a sensory, sensitive room. It might make the check-in process easier. So helping them overcome all of those hurdles that they may hit on their way through the trip, preparing them. But I'm also available 24/7. So if they need me, I always tell them I try to sleep when they're away, but I'm a mom, and I still have that fear if something happens, I want to know. So I'm a very light sleeper when I know somebody's traveling, because I want to make sure I have an ear for the phone in case they need me. As far as accessible travel, I want to give them the access as much as I can to be as independent as possible. That is the most important piece. But the whole thing about the autism and accessible travel is making sure all of those questions for a travel agent are answered, because they might think we know, but sometimes you have to ask it a different way for the client or the caregiver to acknowledge that additional information, because I know a lot of people. I had a travel agent that came up to me and said, I was planning a trip, but I had an awful experience doing it, and they had accessible needs. Unfortunately, the client would not give them that information. So it ended up being so that they had some struggles through their trip. And they're like, I am so sorry, what am I supposed to do? And I said, sometimes asking the question a different way will prompt them to respond, but also is making them give up the information as much as they can. I know sometimes people want to say, oh, let me help you, instead of saying, can I help you with something? So saying it a different way, what can I do to help you? Instead of jumping right in and say, oh, let me help you. I've learned that through the realm of doing all of my medical, 30 years of the medical experiences. That's how you have to approach that. So, but we get very detailed with all of those questions when we're asking the client. So it's very important. And that is something I really enjoy doing. I like helping them. My grandchildren's mom is kind of the reason I went into that too, is because my grandchildren's mom lost her arm at the age of 16. And I myself have accessible issues that I have to think about. Okay, am I able to do the long walk on a tour? Am I able to go up and down steps easily? Is there an elevator? Is the toilet paper roll on the right side? How did the doors open? So little tiny details, very important.
So for those of us who don't know, can you tell me what the difference is between like a wellness resort, a spa vacation, and a wellness retreat?
Okay. A wellness resort will do different types of things like cooking. They will do hiking, so it'll be kind of a general overall, and you can pick and choose. A retreat is more like a conference, is how I kind of perceive it, where they have to do all of the things if they want to, but it gives them overall the whole picture, taking care of the whole body, mind, body, and soul. And then I'm sorry, what was the other one you asked me?
Like a spa vacation.
Okay, a spa would be obviously working in a spa, not so much exercise, not bringing in cooking into that, maybe not so much mindfulness, so kind of thinking more like relaxation, maybe yoga there, they may have a little piece of yoga, but more of that, not so much the whole body picture.
Okay. So here's one. What about red flags? What are some big red flags that people should look at before, or be aware of at least before they're booking a trip?
Price. A lot of people look at the price and they're like, wow, this is really cheap. But then they may want to do a timeshare presentation with you or talk you into doing a timeshare.
Oh, we all sat through those.
Yes. And Mark and I call them colonoscopies. So kind of because we've been through a couple ourselves, and we've told the people no thank you, but they were very persistent. And then see, you want to make sure that you're looking at the reviews. You want to see where they are in the realm. I know some people like very inexpensive trips, and it's not always the full experience that you really want. So when we look at them, I share some previews. I share some of the things that they offer. But us as a travel agent, we try to look at all of those things that they really want, and then we try to match them. And sometimes we're very good. Using a travel agent, we get to know you as a person. So it's much different than you calling an 800 which makes us very unique, and we're very full of knowledge. A lot of people don't understand being a travel agent. You can't just step in. We have 350 suppliers that we use, all from different types of venues that we utilize. And then we have to pick the right venue for the right person. And we want to make sure that we're getting educated every year on those. So it's very important. So being a travel agent, those 350 plus suppliers, we have to sit and go through school every year and then get certified. So when we look at some of the red flags, do I have education with them? What has their client experience when they've been at the venue? What types of, I can share with you, we had a client that we sent to an all-inclusive right after COVID. And they said everything was a distance away. It was a long walk. The food, all of the food restaurants were really out. And when you're at an all-inclusive, you want to be able to have the variety and that open that door for drinks and thing. So they want us to, we may even look at what types of food are there. What are the things with food? Is that going to be a red flag? Have people gotten sick? Have people experienced motion sickness? We've been on some ships where we felt like the propellers moving a lot more, and the boat kind of shifted and made funny vibrations. It was awkward.
I could see that.
So, and then I want to see, when was the boat refurbished? So if it was a cruise ship, when was that boat refurbished and set out to be updated? So if it hasn't been in a while, then it's a red flag. I want to make sure I'm giving them a very clean, obviously, that bugs, that kind of thing too. If you're looking at the reviews and those that bugs them, then really says everything. You really don't.
So if Melanie and I were, say, to reach out, hey, Jen, we want to set up a retreat. Okay. How would someone go about this?
We would take an intake process and find out exactly what you're looking for at the facility. that you want to do. And then we would call a couple of places if we don't have access to it on the computer and pull up information, see what things work well within your realm. Usually we do a series of free quotes, one higher, one about the range that you're looking for because we ask for a budget, and then one a little bit lower than the budget. And then we put those together in quotes. And then obviously we send you the reviews and we would ask like, what would you want there? Would you want cooking experiences? Would you want yoga facilities? Would you want exercise equipment? Do you want a hiking? Will you need walking sticks? We would want to make sure that gifts, maybe we can order a water bottle with your logo on to give to people or something like that as a thank you for coming. And then if you needed a program or anything set up, we may even have like a loudspeaker system that you may have to have. You would make sure that is there, slide projector, or something to do their computer. If you needed that type of equipment, we'd make sure it was there and set up. So everything should be a seamless process for you, but we take all of that and put it together for you without you having to do anything wrong and just make it very seamless.
You don't know how long with that.
Yeah, for those of us who are not seasoned travel agents, it's really,
It's
overwhelming.
like, oh my God, what do I do now?
I was telling you, we had a VDM that said people in the European countries really have the right way to do a vacation. They have X amount of hours. They're not stipulated to a 2-week period. And they get to enjoy it for like a month or so.
A lot, yeah.
And us Americans, we expect very high quality because we have such a short window on vacation time. And that's sad, that's why a lot of these Europeans, their life is much different. I went to the Netherlands and it was very different there than being here in the United States. So it's true. That's very true.
Do you travel just within the United States?
No. I've been internationally too, into the Netherlands. I absolutely love the Netherlands. We went to Rotterdam and Amsterdam and Ghent. And I know I'm forgetting one, and working on a river cruise. So we went through different locks at different times of the day. It was a very relaxing. It was a whole immersive experience. We got to go out to the cities during the whole day and enjoy, which was awesome. We got to taste different foods. We got to taste different wines that paired well with our meals. So river cruise lines really take that whole immersive experience and make it very special for you. And you're able to take beautiful pictures of all their different places like castles. And I can't even tell you everything we did. My favorite thing out of the whole trip was the House of Waffles.
Did you eat them or just look at them?
Oh, no, I got to leave. And I said, I need another one to go. And unfortunately, Marco's giving me like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, I know. By the time we get back to the boat, it won't be very good. But I remember that whole experience. And I tell you, every bite tasted so much different. That again, being here in the United States, we went to McDonald's one night, and the McDonald's bun had sesame seeds and poppy seeds on it, and it tasted so different from being here. Sure, it tasted like real food.
Yeah. There you go. So when you do something like that, now you're going to take care of everything from the time you hit the airport because to do a river cruise, you've got to fly somewhere and then connect to the boat and all of those fun things.
So the time you leave your door to the time you return to the door, you will make sure that you are taken care of. Awesome. That is wonderful.
Yeah.
Start to finish. And then we follow up with you. Because if there was a hiccup or if you didn't like something in particular, we can take notes and then, put you in that position again,
Mhm.
or in that, have that part of your trip in the future. So we want to make sure we know that we did a good job too, obviously.
What are your favorites?
Uh, there's so many. I'd have to say the wellness thing, looking at something that really fulfills everyone's dreams in that wellness trip, whether it be hiking, yoga. When I take a like she there, I would want to be sitting doing yoga and being wholly in my mind, and it really letting everything go and just totally relax. So I think overall that is one that I really like. But the other one that I like would be river cruising, because it's very relaxing and it's really immersive, as I shared with you.
And those boats they take less people on those, don't they?
Yes, there's about like an average of like 140 on most of them. They're very small, very you kind of feel like a family on the boat, which is nice.
That's nice.
And that is our whole approach to our travel agency too, is being a family. We're not here just for a transaction. We want you to be a family member. We want you to reach out when things are rough, when things aren't going good, and know that we're here to support you in any way we can. And we like to donate things to non-for-profit so that they can raise money. So that's important too. But yeah, the whole wellness thing, I think, is a great thing to do and plan for people. And then obviously the river cruises, just because it's a full immersive experience, and it really takes in that whole approach too, similar to a wellness trip of the mind, body, and soul. It's all different. Mm-hmm.
Well, Jen, we thank you very much for being with us today and sharing. And so keep your eyes open, because you never know. Melanie and I might be planning a little something that's coming your way. You never know with us. We're going to go next. She's like, yeah, keep talking.
I'll help you out.
We know you will. We know you will. So, Jen, how can people get in touch with you?
So you can reach out to us several different ways. First of all, our phone number is 716-327-4821. And that phone never leaves my side. So you can either text me or call me and leave a voicemail if I'm not available. The other option is to go on our website. There is a contact form on our website, and that is www.cm-travel-agency.com. Or the last option is to send us an email, and that is cmtravelagency77@gmail.com.
Excellent. And know that all of the information for Jen and her agency will be listed after the end of this podcast. So if you are looking for a wellness trip or just an opportunity to relax and enjoy the world, Jen's your gal. Give the agency a call and we'll get you going on some amazing adventures. So until the next time we see you, continue to dwell in your limitless possibilities, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.
I thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.